for the bodies of corpses that were being held by Israel. It's been a really difficult thing to witness. I've seen several bodies that are clearly have been mutilated, either pre or post mortem. There have been bodies with their fingers cut off. There are people, there are corpses that where their hands are mutilated and tied, put behind their back. They're in remarkably distorted, contorted positions. There was one man whose head was clearly smashed in and disfigured. There's signs of torture and just mutilation to the bodies in ways that are completely beyond human. And Israel returned, it's important to note, I think, that Israel returned Palestinian corpses this way because they knew that they could get away with it. So far, Israel has not been held accountable for any of the war crimes that they've committed, including taking these people from their homes, detaining them illegally, without trial or charge, without access to communication or lawyer. And then they returned the bodies this way, mutilated and tortured, because they knew they could get away with it, because over and over again the world has overlooked Israel's crimes. It's not something I could have ever imagined that one human being could do to another. This is beyond inhumane, and I think somebody has to really dehumanize somebody else to be able to do something in this way. And it's heartbreaking to watch families gather around in front of a screen as images of the bodies are shuffled through, and they try to identify their loved ones who are so badly brutalized that they can't tell them apart. And it's one thing to watch Palestinians in my year and a half here endure the suffering that they did, but to see this level of torture with impunity is just, it's disgusting and heartbreaking. Several human rights organizations have documented Israel's abuses and torture of Palestinian captives, but despite the fact that I was aware of this and had read about it, seeing it in person is something just beyond imagination. It's just so brutal and inhumane that I never could have imagined the extent to which one human being could cause so much harm to another.